to this reading tidbit in the beginning of this week's vlog. Woohoo! Alright, so I spent most of the day just kind of relaxing today, playing some Hogwarts Legacy, of course, but I am now in the middle of the search of WondLa, and my plan is to finish all 3 WondLa books by the end of the week, or really Friday. And because it's a junior fiction book, I know that if I commit to it, I know that I can get through them. Because I am going away this weekend, I do want to bring some books, but I don't want to bring some library books just in case, because you never know, and that I think it'll just be better that way. Plus, you know, for the black sense and just in life, knowing that I have read this trilogy and being like, oh, I've read like a trilogy in 1 week, right? Even though I know that reading these books in 1 week is not going to be a huge deal at all, as well as is that I'm rewatching Degrassi: The Next Generation, and that show is also going to be done this week, and it's just going to be kind of like a week of wrapping things up, like wrapping up this trilogy, wrapping up Degrassi, and as well as getting to level 34 and hopefully wrapping up Hogwarts Legacy this week, or my Gryffindor storyline. So that's just going to be really fun, really exciting, and something that I'm really going to be looking forward to. And we got 3 things we're going to try to wrap up, and I think it's going to be great. It's going to be worth it, and it's all preparing for a weekend away. So that's all really thumbs up. Alright, so hopefully everybody can have a really good week. Everybody can have a really wonderful rest of the night. Hopefully your weekend was just as relaxing as mine. And yeah, we can all prepare for the week ahead and for weekends away. Hopefully everybody's in the position where they can have a weekend away, right? So, thumbs up. Alright, bye! So I've now finished reading The Search for WondLa, and it is so good. It's a lot different from the cartoon, and which like I enjoyed, but I'm sure that if the cartoon is getting another couple of seasons, it is going to follow book 2 and book 3 in a different way, right? And that, so what I like about it is that at the end, you find out that the planet that they're on, Obana, is actually Earth, and Earth is Obana, and like what happened to humans, and just the long and short of it is just, you know, that they're the same planet, and that apparent Earth has rings like Saturn does, which I think is kind of cool, and that Eva 9 really gets to grow, and without the help of Mother, and that Odo has gone back with his herd, which I think is like just super cute. So it's just Eva 9 and Ravender going to move forward, and I don't want to give away the ending because I want people to read this, but at the end, Ravender and Eva 9 end up in the New York Public Library, and with the old copies and like the really kind of the specialty books, and I think that it is just really cute and really amazing that they end up being together, and that they end up really getting to help each other out, and it's just, oh my goodness. Right, so it's just, you know, did Eva 9 and Ravender, did they end up finding somebody else, right, like another human? We'll find out, right? And so I'm super excited for the next one. Is the hero for WondLa, and so WondLa is the Great and Wonderful Oz, the Great and Wonderful Oz by Frank L. Baum, and so it's just kind of, that's where the WondLa kind of shows from here. I'll see if I can find it in the book, right? Just so, The Wonderful World of Oz by L. Frank Baum. So you can see the wand and then the L and the A, right? That's how we get WondLa from. So that's really good. Right, so I really like the illustrations, and at the end of the book we do get a map of Urbana, and you know, I like how it says not to scale, right? And then you get some of their language in here, which I think is just super great. Just the, you know, just the illustrations in general are just amazing. Was not expecting this at all when I was reading the book, but it is what it is, and this is how it looks. And I thought there was a great added little feature of the book. really great. I did really like going to the website and kind of seeing the games and everything that you get to play, and well done to them. It's a really created like an interactive world for everybody and the kids to be see with, right, and kind of play with, right? So like that, definitely a thumbs up for this book. Would suggest, happy that I read it, and hopefully everyone else gets to enjoy this book. All right, bye. Hello and welcome to this reading dip. So I've started to read The Hero for WondLa, and it's really good. It's kind of just picked up where we kind of left off the last time, and that now that I'm a couple chapters in, they are a little bit like longer and bigger than the Search for WondLa, which makes sense because that you want to make it more interesting for, or just longer as the kids. But one thing I didn't realize is that the author has also done the illustrations for these books as well, which is like, super cool and super what you'd like to see and anticipate for. So it's great that he's done both, and I really like that. And so one of the things that I found out was that for the Search of WondLa, like all of the illustrations for it were for the Hero for WondLa. Like everything's kind of got a blue overview. All the illustrations and everything's kind of a blue. And then for the Battle of WondLa, it's kind of like this orange color, which I think is like really neat and something that you really wouldn't think of, and it's like a great additive to the book, I think. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in, that there is a definite color scheme to it, and the chapters are growing, and yeah, it's picked up right where it's left off, and thumbs up. All right, bye. Hello and welcome everyone to this reading dip. So I've read a little bit more of Hero for WondLa, and Eva 9 now has like her Omnipod, which is what she wants. The reason why I didn't read that much of it today was because I was finishing watching Degrassi The Next Generation. Now that that show is kind of done and over with, I don't know what I want to do with myself. Like there is like a lot of like little like there's like the original series, and then I think there's like movies, and then there is like kind of like Degrassi minis and Degrassi Next Class, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I want to watch those two or not, just because 14 seasons of Degrassi was just, oh my goodness, right? But it is what it is. We'll have to wait until the morning to see, or the next day when I'm kind of have time to sit down and watch the show. But I do want to spend the majority of my day tomorrow reading a Hero for WondLa, which I don't think should be that much of a problem. And I guess another reason why I didn't read that much today was because I also woke up with a migraine. So with that migraine, sometimes it's hard to focus on reading, and it's just easier to be off my phone, but to watch TV off the TV. Just I don't know, because sometimes just focusing on words in a book can be a little much, But you don't get migraines every single day, and I feel a lot better now. But all mainly because I also took a nap because of it. But that is a story for a different day, right? Nobody is interested in that. It's only about reading, and I did read a little bit today, and that's all you can ask for. So, yay! All right, bye. Hello and welcome to this reading dip. So I've now actually finished Hero for WondLa, and it was a really quick read, mainly because it's a junior fiction and lots of illustrations in it. So what it is about is that Eva 9, at the end of the Search for WondLa, we realize that she is not the only human out there. She meets another boy named Haley. So he takes her to New Attica, where all the other humans live, but before Haley takes her Eva 9 and Ravender back, Eva 9 needs to go back to the sanctuary where she grew up to get her Omnipod back, because that is her identification. Once they go back, they end up going to New Attica, and she ends up getting registered, right, as a new citizen of New Attica. While there, she ends up meeting a few different friends, one of them being Eva 8, and really Eva 9 realizes that there were so many different sanctuaries, and that she knows she's at least one of 9 Evas, right, and this is really surprising to her, and she she sees like many different ways of life, and it's just very interesting, right? So a hero, right, is that a war breaks out, right, and that Odo comes back from his herd and is able to help Rovender, Haley, and Eva 9 and Eva 8, right, with their situation that they were in, and just how like the battle went down. Now that it is done, the battle is done, and of course Eva 9 has saved the day, and there was just many different things that Eva 9 had to do with getting out of New Attica and getting the Camus out of New Attica and away from the big class of people. Eva 9 doesn't know what she should do. She knows that she needs to warn Zin and Queen Ojo, but she knows that they probably already know of the attack that Camus is already that is planning, but she just she can't go back to Attica, and that some people don't even appreciate her anymore. So she just doesn't know what she wants to do or what she can do, because she knows that she needs to save the day, or she just needs to keep the peace. So she's come this far from being in a sanctuary to New Attica and just through this battle, and that just matured as a young adult, that she knows she needs to do something. She just doesn't know what. So I'm sure that I'm going to find out in the Battle for WondLa, which is the third book in the series. I would say this is a 4 out of 5. It was really well done. Really liked it, and that of course I guess that because what's his name, Rovender is a blue creature, and he's in the story a lot more, which is probably why there's it's a blue hue. Oh yeah, so another part of it, let's see if I can find the picture of it, the early illustration of it. Oh yeah, right here. So because in New Attica that we want to, just like today, we want to, with museums, we want to remember all of our the people of past and the people who made an impact on our society back then, right in this new futuristic society, right? We have holograms of everybody. We got Albert Einstein, Big Da Vinci, and just to name a few, they're 4 heroes of just what yeah, right. And of course that's Eva 9, just what we do to make sure that we remember our their heroes of past, right? And it's just, oh my gosh, right? And I guess it is just one of those things where information is power, and when you want to have control of that power, it can lead to destruction, right? But it was really well done. Really liked it. I think it was well palatable for a young audience. So yeah, I would recommend it, and I just can't wait to start reading the Battle of WondLa. So thumbs up. All right, bye. Why, hello everyone, welcome to this reading dip-it. So, the Battle of WondLa, I am now halfway through, and it's really good, right? So what has happened is that the war has broken out over New Attica, and of course Eva 9 is here to save the world, or save us from it. That she has now, or where I've currently left off, is that, well, her friend Jen, who is Gen, is a robot, and is trying to find her father, who is another robot, and who's Cadmus. And so we have right, and so they're in the underground, which is what I'm thinking the New York subway has now been converted into this hologram, or just this area where everyone, or that these technologies have taken over, because on the surface these warbots are just taken over. And so right now Eva 9 and Jen are being led through these paths, and they're going up to the surface to just beat the warbots. And they're just they're not sure what needs to happen, but they know they need to preserve this technology. And Eva 9 does want to have her own well, she wants Mother to come back, right? But she just longs for those days where she was just with her, but she knows that she needs to do what she needs to do now. And that we know that Haley's name he changed his name to Haley, but his name was Evan 7, and he's friends with Evan 6, and so he's trying to communicate with him. And Evan 9 has well, to get down to the subway or to these like lower level of New Attica, that she took like the gondola there, and so she's kind of learning how to drive and just, you know, learning what to do, what she needs to be doing. And it's just kind of just, you know, kind of like learning how to be like a hero, or well, now that she's been a hero, that I don't know, I just have a feeling that the new land that she's going to be kind of, not queen of, but she's going to like, it's going to go from being New Attica to being WondLa, and she just, you know, it's the WondLa is an idea, right? The idea that got her out of her own sanctuary, and, you know, she's discovering new sanctuaries, but it's just like the idea that like she knows that because she needed to pursue and needed to know what WondLa was, right? And it was why she searched for it. But now it's just, she knows that she needs to fight for it, because that is what you do. That's what heroes do. That technology, this bad technology can't rule, because it's like destroying all the humankind, and technology can't win, right? So she's doing what she needs to be doing, and it's just, you know, she's still a child, and she knows that she's too young to be doing it, but like, who else is going to do it? Somebody has to do it, and she knows that she can. And it's just, I don't know, it's really a good hero story. I'm really liking it. And I feel like that with a lot of kind of like future dystopian books that I have kind of read, that it's usually from like the boy's perspective. So it's nice to see it all coming from like a girl's perspective, and her being like the hero, and just, you know, going from a very small isolated role to still experiencing all these like new things. And this is book 3, right? And I'm halfway done, and so I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. I'm most likely going to finish this book tomorrow, which is great, but it's really great what's really happening. I'm enjoying it. All right, like I would suggest WondLa to others. And again, like the illustrations in this book, oh, they're just top notch. And I really do like the color schemes, how like in this one it's very orange, right? And yeah, so I guess that's it. I just wanted to update you all, and yeah, all right, bye. And welcome to this reading Dippet. So I have now finished the Battle for WondLa, and it's super great, and which means I've now finished the WondLa series, and it's actually pretty good, and I actually really like it. So the Battle for WondLa, it's just this idea of family and what WondLa it really is. And so Eva 9 finds WondLa and Ravender, because Ravender's been there with her the entire time and has like never let her down, and has like made it's just really her family and the adventures. So with Eva 9's age, she's actually really young, and I believe she ends the age about 12 or 13, and it's just, you know, like how there's like the crime or like the war with Sobra, and how that New Attica is no more, and it's just, you know, she is successful and she has all these like friends, and just, you know, like the human race is just something to protect and to be sought after, and to, you know, really be something that we protect and have a good time with, right? Or it's something worth protecting, right? I would say the entire series is a 5 out of 5. I'm really happy that I read it all, and that I'm hoping that the cartoon actually or like follows like the books up pretty well, and that it's going to be like a good time, and just, you know, like Eva 9 makes friends with Haley, and how together with Ravender and Odo, they do end up having like a great adventure together, right? So thumbs up overall. Really like the color scheme between each of the books. I'm happy that I picked them up, and that's all I can really say about it. You know, it's great, love it, and wouldn't want it any other way. So yeah, all right, bye. I guess, like, well, before I leave, that this will probably be the 3 books that I've read this week, which is great. And also, because I did finish watching, so I think, like, my main goals this week was to get to level 34 on Hogwarts Legacy, which I didn't end up doing, which is fine. Finish the WondLa series, which I did do, and was to finish Degrassi, The Next Generation, which I did, but then I ended up finding Degrassi, the next class online that wasn't on Prime and behind like a paywall and everything. So that is great. You know, sometimes you just need to go to YouTube to solve all your problems, right? But anyways, that's just kind of it. You know, I guess 1.5 or 2 things out of the 3 things in which I wanted to complete are always great to, you know, especially when you are going away. All right, so thumbs up. All right, bye. Hello and welcome to this reading debate and the end of this week's vlog. As you can see in front of you, I have a little bit of a book haul, which is great. So I got some classics. I got The Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells, and I'm about 50 pages into this book, and The Reappearance of Rachel Prince by Holly Jackson. Ooh! And as you can see, it is a Girl Guide to Murder author, and I do want to read those books. So, and I've heard great things about this book, so hopefully, if everything goes well, I'm gonna you know, I'll read that series, which should be next week. So this week is my classics, 3 classics, and a thriller, right? But as you may remember, this week was all about the WondLa series. Finished them, loved it, would suggest them. Now that I'm done reading them, I will be returning them to the library tomorrow, which is great. I'm happy about, and I hope everybody enjoyed following along with these books and is inspired to read them. But yay! Thumbs up! Alright, so see y'all later. Bye!